Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Circling Seattle Sports. We are here at the Kraken Community Iceplex here in Northgate, Washington. Hope you can hear me all right. As always, if you can't, please feel free to let me know in the comment section. It is senior night for the University of Washington here, as we will. Oh, it's still showing my old overlay. We will have senior night festivities beginning shortly. The public skate that took place just before this wrapped up feels like a little bit late. So we are probably going to be a couple minutes delayed. The senior night activities were set to begin at 2:45. The Husky band is here. You're going to see some of the Huskies come onto the ice right now. We should get these senior night activities going pretty shortly. So again, if you've got any um, issues with the audio or anything, let me know. But excited to have you on. We should have myself on play-by-play. My name is Charles Hamaker. If you don't know me, this is Circling Seattle Sports, and we should have a analyst, Dylan Travers from Emerald City Hockey, an independent outlet here in the Seattle area, joining us shortly after the game begins. So, just wanted to introduce you here. It is senior night for the University of Washington women's hockey team here in the ACHA, taking on Loyola Marymount University. Washington winning last night by a final of 10-3. Victoria Jeffords with a hat trick, Nadia Bellabarba with a hat trick in that big time win over the Lions of Loyola Marymount. So I'm going to hit the mute button here so you don't have to hear me anymore. We will be back shortly.
Next up, we have Molly.
Step over these. Next up is Emily.
I met Emily back at the beginning of the school year while I was working here, and she was wanting to learn more about our team, our culture, and our dynamics. She She can be meshed with the team, and it felt like she had been playing with me since the beginning. From joking around between plays, making up silly sellies at practice, trying to match flexibility while stretching, to wearing semi-matching shad glasses on top. Our friendship works so easily and naturally, it will only go forward from here. Just because this is senior night doesn't mean it's the end. Emily, we're so happy to have this congratulations to me, and I can't wait to get together next year as housemates.
And now you're playing.
Informational opportunity years ago. She never played a sport or participated, but she was the most excited person in the world to try it out. Since then, I've had the pleasure of seeing Paige play on the ice. Paige is independence and the best hockey player she can, and with devastating injuries of physical work and conference finals, no one was going to see this out some hard practices and other hours of it, and we got to some play. More importantly, this allows us to have a possible with more energy and gives us the light to have our qualities and something always the next stages of our lives, even if she stayed about 10 years longer than life. Each is one of the most hardworking people that I know, and I really wish I could go on and on with this. So this was an extra, but now there's a lot of work on her office. Way quicker than I thought possible. She's also one of the craziest people that I know. With her essence and everything, you never know where to get. I'm going to miss your shenanigans, including the ones that cause you to tell people, I don't want to see you there. Stay 10 feet away from me at all times. Congratulations. Your character is fundamentally all the way to the end. So proud of you. Thank you for all you've done in this program on our sides. Thank you for your singing, completely waiting for this time. I give you up. Thank you for being such a loyal love and enthusiastic to me. There's so much love in our lives and really all of you, but also your grace and compassion, sense and joy, and Holy Spirit. In the direction of all these choices program is to benefit us all. Your parents back in Minneapolis want you to know that your leadership has been built on the completely proud. Not just for what you did, but for the show for others and to care around you. They should be content they want to know that they care for another state, maybe you're leaving always a great skills. Thank you, Big T. We love you. Yes!
Hey, seniors, do you want to come this way? We'll get along each other and go outside.
All right. Senior night just about to get underway. Activities have concluded. Loyola Marymount is filing into their road or guest bench. I apologize for that. Seven Husky seniors honored tonight. Really cool to see that. The Husky band is to our right, so if you hear band music, that is the reason for that. Should get warm-ups started pretty soon here, folks. Thank you for tuning in to Circling Seattle Sports. UW Women's Hockey Senior Night versus Loyola Marymount. The Lions, game 2 of 2 this weekend here at the Kraken Community Iceplex. Warm-ups should be taking place very soon. Warm-ups underway here. Kraken Community Iceplex in Northgate, Washington. The Starbucks Rink 1. If you know the number, it's Rink 1. If you don't know the number, you know the name. It's the Starbucks Rink. I hope you can hear me. The band is doing their thing. You love to see that. Like, love showing up for this team. And it's really cool for them to get this pretty solid crowd here in the Kraken Community Iceplex for senior night. It'd be cool to see this. Loyola Marymount has an 11-player roster. Washington running with 7 seniors tonight: Yulia Rostas, Molly Thompson, Emily Steinhardt, Paige Garnes, Regan Thomas, Chantal Carlson, Bridget Donahue, the captain of Washington. Seniors, as we continue warm-ups. We'll break down the scoring for you for Washington last night. 4-goal first period for the Huskies. 21 seconds in, it was Victoria Jeffords who scored off the pass from Kalia Sidi. 8 seconds later, Nadia Bellabarba gets her first of the night, an unassisted goal at 29 seconds into the game. Later on into the period, at the 8:43 mark into the first frame, Jeffords potted her second off the assist from Bridget Donahue. And then towards the very end of that first period, it was Regan Thomas with the goal off the assist from Victoria Jeffords. So Jeffords gets 3 points in the first frame. The second period saw just one Husky goal in that frame as Loyola Marymount started a little bit of a comeback. Chantal Carlson, one of the seniors, scored a goal at the 7:43 mark of that second period off the assist from Nadia Bellabarba for her second point of the night. And then the floodgates opened there in the third period for Washington. 5 goals for the Huskies. The first at the 3:03 mark, Nadia Bellabarba pots her second. At the 4:45 mark, it was Malia Wood, an assisted to score there. At the 5:31 mark, the captain, Bridget Donahue, scored. I believe the Wood and Donahue goals were short-handed for the Huskies there. At the 9:14 mark, Victoria Jeffords scored her third of the night to get her the hat trick. And at the 18:55 mark, as this game was really winding down to push us into double digits, it was Bellabarba with her third of the night at the 18:55 mark to give us 2 Husky hat tricks in this game, which is cool to see. 4 Husky penalties last night. Victoria Jeffords went for holding in the second period. Regan Thomas went for tripping late into that second period. And then the third, it was Lauren Chan, the tripping call. And at the 15:03 mark of the third, Bridget Donahue went for an interference call. these are the final 2 home games of the season for the Huskies last night and tonight. Washington does have 2 more back-to-backs later in the season. February 13th and 14th at the University of Utah in the Salt Lake City Sports Complex. February 13th, 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time, and then 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on February 14th. Their final 2 games of the year, this 2025-26 season, will come on February 27th and 28th. The 27th, both of these coming against Loyola Marymount in their building, the Skating Edge Ice Arena in Los Angeles, California. February 27th at 8:50 p.m. Pacific Time. February 28th at 5:50 Pacific Time. Looks like we're ready to do starters, so we will transition over to that. To recap for you, the starting line for Washington at the forwards, Regan Thomas, centered by Captain Bridget Donahue, and flanked by Paige Garn. So an all-forward group, all senior group, I do apologize. followed on D by Molly Thompson and Yulia Rostas. In goal tonight, kind of interesting. We've got Iris Piscula in goal, forward / goalie. So she's in net for Washington. While Washington goaltender Yaz Muhammad is in net for Loyola Marymount. Loyola Marymount's goalie, their starting goalie last night, did suffer an injury, came out for an extended period of time, did return, but it seems like Washington is having to help the Lions out here by giving up their goalie, and Iris steps into the net for the Huskies here on senior night. As always, with these streams, your host Charles Hammaker with you on play-by-play. We're ready to get started. Warm-ups are done. The senior night activities are done. 7 Husky seniors honored pregame, and we're almost ready to get going here at the Kraken Community Iceplex, Northgate, Washington. Rink 1, the Starbucks rink, if you know them by name and not by number. We're underway here. Molly Thompson moves it into the neutral zone. Washington on the front foot here. We've got Thompson moving in the zone for Paige Garnes. Garnes unable to get a shot. Chantal Carlson in the corner. Washington looking to get set up early. Looking for Donahue in the center. Unable to find her captain. Washington trying to keep possession in the zone here along the far wall. Little wall play here. Washington looks like they'll keep possession. Regan Thomas tries to move it up the boards, and she will. Molly Thompson might have numbers. Her shot goes through the crease and to the other side of the ice. Bridget Donahue goes down. We're not going to get a call there, despite the yelling from the folks in attendance. Loyola Marymount will try to get this out of their zone. Lions will move it up here. Looks like we might have a breakaway possession. But it's Avery Connell, the defender, getting back. Regan Thomas will try to move it up. Back through center comes Loyola Marymount. Shot on goal stopped by Iris Piscula in goal. That shot goes off the side of the goal. Lions trying to get set up here. That block denies it from Victoria Jeffords, getting the body in the way. Connell will disrupt that, and Washington will move the other way. Amber Fairbanks tried to get that up for Washington, but the Lions regained possession in their own zone. Loyola Marymount moving around behind their own goal. This one looks like it'll be a turnover for Washington. Avery Connell collects that one, but sends it into the middle of a couple of Lions. Connell trying to disrupt that, but Loyola Marymount sends it in deep. Here goes Washington going through center, trying to carry it forward. That's Emily Steinhardt, one of the seniors, trying to go, but that's an offside. So if you watch the Kraken in this area and you're on any sort of social media, you might know of Emerald City Hockey. I've got my buddy Dylan Travers here with me, who is an LMU alum. We will give him a pass. It is cool to see him support. There are a few Loyola Marymount fans, which is cool to see, as the Lions are going to try to get this out of their own zone, but Kalia City and Washington are going to deny that. Skylar O on the puck. She'll move that down. Skylar's father is actually in attendance. It was very cool to speak with him. It would be very cool if Skylar could score a goal tonight. That would be awesome. We'll try to continue that. Washington trying to keep this in the zone. They will. Kalia City will move in on goal. She will shoot just up and over the net against her teammate Yaz Muhammad in goal for Loyola Marymount this afternoon. Washington will turn that one over, but that was a dangerous attempt there for the Huskies. Loyola Marymount's going to bring this in and just send that in. Joy Della Merced trying to get that out of their corner. Kalia City to Regan Thomas. That'll go off a skate. And the captain, Bridget Donahue, will collect. Donahue moving through center. Washington top line is trying to move in here. Nadia Bellabarba over trying to get it to Donahue, but unable to do so, and Yaz Muhammad is going to melt this one down. Dylan, we move over to you. We've never had an analyst here. It's just been me. What are you seeing early on from this game? Nice to have you on here, by the way.
Yeah, no, good to be here. Love the energy from the crowd and everything. What I'm seeing so far is a little bit of a continuation from last night. This UW team's got the speed, they've got the skating. They're keeping the pressure on the LMU squad, keeping them in their own zone a lot. Getting to work here, 5-on-5. Love that point shot. But I've been really impressed with the UW program and what they have, especially in the skating department. They've just been able to really keep up the pressure. They were able to do it for most of the full 60 yesterday, and they've been able to do it for the first 4 minutes here today.
Yeah, no, it was interesting, Dylan, that first period for Washington yesterday, as Washington trying to get another shot here. You know, the Huskies control most of that first period. That second sees a couple power plays for the Lions. I believe they converted on their first, as Washington trying to get this one, prevent it from getting into their zone, but it will. Paige Garnes will collect this one and will move out. That second period, I mean, 3 goals for the Lions. It really felt like they were going to jump back into that one, but Washington able to kind of have a cascade rush, so to say, of goals in the third period and deny that. Washington's trying to move it in here. Victoria Jeffords, who had a hat trick last night, looking to continue maybe her success from last night. Chantel Carlson, one of the seniors, honored today. We'll send this one in deep on the Lions. It will not go deep enough. Loyola Marymount trying to move it. Kalia City along the wall. Poked up. Shot on goal. Not good for Amber Fairbanks. Just goes out to the side. I believe that was 11 Amber Fairbanks, yes. Washington, as Dylan mentioned, keeping this one in. Ooh, shot. Pass right into the slot for Kalia City. Not able to connect. And the Lions will try to move this one in and out. This puck has stopped temporarily before being sent further into the Husky zone. Jeffords will collect. Dylan mentioned the skating. I know Jeffords is someone, the skating is certainly there for Victoria. Her skill is on display pretty well, essentially last night, but also to begin here. As Washington is going to keep it into the zone. I was going to move to Dylan, but this is potential danger here for the Huskies. Joy Delmerced is going to call for it. She'll send a puck on that through traffic. Stopped by Muhammad. Sidi trying to go for the backhand. Goes front head. Huskies. Somehow that doesn't go in. I was very concerned. Amber. Woof. Okay. We're going to collect here. Washington's Emily Steinhardt, one of the seniors being honored tonight. I don't know how that didn't go in. I don't know what you saw there, but
I thought for sure that went in. Snuck past the goalie, but must have just skated along the goal line and then out the other side.
I was sure that we were going to have to be doing a goal call, but that is not the case. Washington will go for the face-off here. They'll collect that. Huskies trying to send this in here. Loyola Marymount will try to rid of that danger. Malia Wood will try to move it through the neutral zone. She'll go back and collect that one. Defender Malia Wood, number 19 for Washington, trying to get it to her captain Donahue. It goes off her skate, and eventually Wood ends up back with it. Wood trying to drop it for Nadia Bellabarba. Another hat trick for Washington last night. Bellabarba had the second of the 2 for Washington, the first being of Victoria Jeffords. I apologize. This one will go back for the Huskies to collect. Lauren Chan will get that one. Moved up to Donahue, the senior captain, trying to get it through into the zone. Here goes Paige Garnes. Garnes looks like she's going to be in alone on goal. Garnes just along the goal line, perpendicular. Parallel is what I'm looking for, not perpendicular. I was never very good at math. That's why I do this. LMU will send it into the Husky zone past Chantel Carlson. Carlson will collect it and go behind the goal line here. Carlson's pass goes off a skate. Emily Thompson collects it. She'll poke it along into the neutral zone for Regan Thomas. Thomas for Paige Garnes. Garnes is going to have Amber Fairbanks on her flank. She'll shoot it. It'll go off the back of the boards here. LMU will try to do a little geometry and get it out, but they are not successful in that. Regan Thomas trying to move it along the boards. That one will get poked by Emily Thompson. and it'll come back to her like a boomerang. Thompson put it on goal, stopped by Muhammad. Rebound comes out. It'll come back to Thompson. The boomerang reference comes back. Funny enough, Chantal Carlson out in the neutral zone here. She'll look for a pass, but is unable to complete it. And we'll have a little bit of a scary moment. Kalia Sidi unable to collect it. We'll have a race to the puck here. Lions will get to it first. Hannah Newman for Loyola Marymount, trying to get in on goal. Unable to do so. Victoria Jeffords is able to stop that one, and we might have a race here. Jeffords with 3 Lions on her will shoot just up and over the goal. Hard shot. Washington will try to keep possession of this. Emily Steinhardt had it. Now Jeffords. Jeffords going to have Connell. She'll drop it to Connell. Sends it into the slot. That one will skitter, and Yaz Muhammad will ice that one. It's a nice crowd, Dylan. I mean, last night was a pretty good turnout as well, but also I'm sure you didn't expect to see the band here tonight.
No, that was awesome. Nice surprise coming in, walking into the building. Did a great job on the national anthem, and I'm sure they're going to have some more for us in store as the night goes on.
I'm sure it'll be very loud, so if you like a band, I mean, we'll have that. It was cool last year, Dylan had the same sort of thing, and to have the Husky seniors, hopefully we'll see it again tonight, saluted on the ice. You know, senior night in any sport is fun, right? So this is always a really fun night for this program. 7 of the seniors that really helped to build this program that's in, I believe we're in year 5, which is crazy to say. Just like they've had the same sort of track as the Kraken. Kalia Sidi now will skate through. She with a pretty move or 2. Shot on goal from Emily Steinhardt is collected. Thought we might potentially get a call there, but not enough. We'll have a face-off close to our right. Yaz Muhammad denying her team. It's kind of interesting. I'm sure you noticed Dylan was here last night. The Lions goalie had an injury of sorts. Did come back, but obviously not the case tonight. So Washington's goalie from last night is in goal for Loyola Marymount, and we've got Iris Pascula of Washington suiting up in the pads for her team, which has got to be interesting. But hey, here we are. Joy Delamerced's going to send it on goal, blocked by the Lions. Nice, just getting a body part in the way. Delamerced's going to send it in to the slot. We've got some congestion in the slot. It's just like Seattle traffic, folks. I know nobody likes to hear that, but it's very similar. Nadia Bellabarba is going to have it. She's going to try to backhand. She spins, unable to get a shot on. Yaz Muhammad will freeze that one down. If you can. All right. Face off to our right. Bella Barba in the circle for Washington. This one will end up going the Huskies' way out to Joy Delamerced. Delamerced will send it along the blue line for Malia Wood. Wood will send this one over to Sophia Russell Hoff, unable to get a shot. She goes down in the corner. No call there. Looking. Shot on goal. Skitters just past Malia Wood, number 19, with the blonde hair. Sophia Russell Hoff battling in the corner. Physical in the corner for Russell Hoff. The captain, Donahue, drops it for Delamerced. She'll send the puck on goal. That's stopped initially. The rebound bounces out to Donahue. Donahue looking for a pass or to try and shoot it. That puck ends up easily saved by Muhammad. I mean, funny to say it, because I wouldn't have expected to say it normally, but Yaz Muhammad's doing well to stop her Husky teammates. I mean, what have you seen from the young goaltender so far?
Yeah, doing a fantastic job. Very acrobatic in the net, making some lots of good saves. UW's doing a good job, forcing them to move back and forth, lateral a lot, having to have that side-to-side movement that's so important for a goaltender, and just been on point so far today.
Still very funny to see a Husky stopping other Huskies, but here we are. Washington keeping this in the LMU zone. The Lions are trying to move it out here, and it looks like they might. Number 28, Jessie Gould, moves it out. This is Hannah Newman for the Lions. Newman trying to get it through. That puck goes through the slot. Still connects with a Lion. Emily Stein. That will get stopped by Pascula. Folks, I do apologize if I get any of the pronunciations incorrect on the Lions side of things. I'm working with what I've got. 11-player roster for the Lions. Samantha Bahia is wearing number 86. My roster says 0. She's wearing 86. So you'll see her as 86 in the tape. We're back to play here. I can read the rest of the roster later. Chantel Carlson of the Huskies, the senior defender, will move this through the neutral zone, trying to send it in deep. Kalia Sidi should win that race to the puck behind the net of Yaz Muhammad. Sidi drops it off for Regan Thomas. Thomas loses possession there, and Loyola Marymount will try to get it out of their zone. Temporarily delayed. Looks like that was Avery Connell. Yep, Avery Connell, who prevented that at first. But now the Lions are through center. Here we go. Loyola Marymount shoots, and that's the first goal of the night. The Lions are on the goal. That is Jesse Gold, who gets on the board for Loyola Marymount at 8:57 left in the first period. Gould with the breakaway for the Lions. They strike first tonight in this game, 2 of 2 between Washington and Loyola Marymount. Iris Pascula, tough when you're in that position. The Huskies are going to try and answer here. Jeffords trying to find a pass into the slot, unable to do so currently. Huskies with a lot of congestion in the slot. No real shot on goal there, at least not that I saw. Donahue is able to get this puck in. Washington trying to take advantage of the numbers. Still, Barba gets a shot on, but the right pad of Yaz Muhammad prevents that, and the rebound. Jeffords pass in. Donahue trying to get the backhand, unable to do so, and Nadia Bellabarba trying to get a shot on, but she is unable to do so, and Yaz Muhammad eventually is able to freeze that. Dylan, besides the breakaway, I mean, do you see anything special there for the first Loyola Marymount goal of the night?
Yeah, I mean, great finish off of the breakaway, right? It's one thing to get the breakaway opportunity. I like the way the Lions kind of collapsed towards the center slot there in their own defensive zone. They allowed them to force the turnover, to have numbers to force that breakaway opportunity. But it's one thing to get the breakaway. You still got to finish on it, and they were able to.
Face off here in the far circle to our right. Huskies trailing by 1 here on senior night. Washington trying to keep it in the zone, but the Lions temporarily at least had numbers. Leah Wood will skate this one in for the Huskies. Wood has that puck temporarily deflected from her. Sophia Russell-Hoff is in the crease. No shot there. Paige Garnes tries to get a shot off, but that is blocked by Loyola Marymount. Lions are playing tough. They are, at least to start, pretty determined to ensure that we're not going to get a repeat of last night. And they lead here with just over 7 minutes to play in the first period. Washington will skate it through center here. That's Paige Garnes. No, it's Malia Wood. I apologize. Malia Wood with the puck. She'll stay on it. Kalia Sidi with a nice shot there, stopped by Yaz Muhammad. And the Husky continues to deny other Huskies. Just under 7 minutes left here in the first period. Huskies and Lions. Loyola Marymount leads by a goal. That goal from Jesse Gould with the assist to Jenna Corley on the opening score. Huskies win this faceoff. Molly Thompson sends it on goal. Deflected out in front, but goes past the goal. Huskies might have had that one. Sidi will send it up into the slot back for Thompson. She'll send it towards goal, but denied by Loyola Marymount at first. Emily Steinhardt with the nail. That shot goes up. Steinhardt had a look in the slot, unable to get it on target. And now the Huskies will try to reset. Chantal Carlson from the right side will send it in. Looked like Skylar Rowe got stick on the puck there. Didn't go her way. Sidi with it now. She'll try to get on it. Oop, for Skylar O. Skylar O will send this puck over to Emily Steinhardt. Steinhardt trying to get some balance here. Loyola Marymount will send it out of their zone, and that will at least temporarily deny the danger. Thompson unable to block that, and it goes back to Chantal Carlson. Carlson will send it over for Kalia Seedy. Seedy drops it off for her captain, Bridget Donahue. Donahue with speed. Sends it on goal. Blocker save by Yaz Muhammad. Seedy now trying to get this puck back on the far wall. Seedy with it. She'll try to maneuver in. Unable to do so. She pokes it just wide of the goal, and Yaz Muhammad. Seedy with some great, as Dylan mentioned earlier with the skating, there are some Huskies that really excel in that space, and they're able to create some of these dangerous looks that we've seen, at least so far. Nothing capitalized on yet. Skylar O battling for the puck in zone. Sorry, along the wall. Washington will get a hold of it. It's Donahue. Donahue in the slot for Nadia Bellabarba. Donahue found Bellabarba right in front of the goal, unable to get a clean shot on it, probably deflected by the Lions. Donahue sends it in for Bellabarba. Bellabarba shoots, blocked in front. Loyola Marymount's getting in the way, Dylan. I'll get to you in a second, but they're certainly blocking these shots and ensuring that there's nothing easy going in on goal. Thomas will shoot. Hits the side of the net. Nice quick shot from Regan Thomas. Unable to beat Yaz Muhammad. Hits the side of the goal. Bellabarba getting after it. This puck will be won by Regan Thomas. Thomas will send it in, looking for her captain in the slot. Bridget Donahue unable to find her because there was a LMU skater in front. Regan Thomas behind the goal tries to send it in front for her teammate Nadia Bellabarba, but she is unable to do so. LMU will at least temporarily get this up. We'll have this puck go into the neutral zone, kind of walled off by Regan Thomas and Avery Connell, but LMU stays with it. That's Lauren Martino. Lauren Martino battling hard to lose that puck, get through the two Huskies in front of her, and at least force Washington into some defensive zone time. Turnover, Jesse Gould back with it. First goal scored, stopped by Iris Pascula. Important save there. Huskies could have been down by 2. This goes back for the Lions. Huskies will collect it. Paige Garnes. Nope, sorry, that's Victoria Jeffords. I saw 9 and thought it was 19. That's my bad. Victoria Jeffords skates in. Looking at her options. Just skate around the goal. Pass it over for Joy Delamerced. She shoots it just a bit outside. And this goes for Paige Garnes. Garnes will pass it down for Jeffords behind the goal. She'll send it into the slot. Nothing concrete there for Washington. And this will come back out. Joy Delamerced looking for Paige Garnes. Unable to hit Leah Wood and Garnes. Now in the neutral zone, Joy Delamerced will get it over to Victoria Jeffords. Jeffords has got a good thing going. She's going to want to capitalize. She shoots. She scores! Victoria Jeffords continues her strong play over these last 2 nights. 4 goals in the past 2 games. We're all tied up. 3:03 left in the first period. Excellent shot from Jeffords. I thought she had a good thing going. She continues it. What do you see there, Dylan?
Yeah, she did a fantastic job all night long, being able to carry the puck up through the neutral zone, into the offensive zone, get lots of offensive zone time. That shot was a beauty too, go high corner. Great job picking exactly where she wanted to go with it and then finishing it off. Good response here from the Lions, who pick up a goal right away. Incredible response from LMU there. Maybe you shouldn't let me hold the microphone here, Charles, but that's exactly what the Lions need to do after that goal from Washington. I mean, UW been really realistically outperforming the Lions all night long. They were down on the scoreboard. They needed to get a goal there before the period was over. UW does, but then immediately that responsible goal from the Lions. It's going to be interesting to see how UW responds to that.
Yeah, hey, I mean, you talk about a response goal. I mean, that's it by definition. Loyola Marymount trying to ensure last night does not happen again. Huskies trying to get a 2-on-1 here, unable to get the shot. That was Kalia Seedy looking for Emily Steinhardt, unable to get a shot off. We will update the scoreboard now. As Andrew at the game day mic on the call there for our PA announcer says, yes, that first Husky goal by Victoria Jeffords. Loyola Marymount answers right away. Very inspired. Again, I wasn't sure how the Lions would be able to answer from last night's game as Huskies trying to get one here. Donahue sends it on goal. Nadia Bellabarba as the Huskies try to answer themselves as this period is coming near an end. Washington trying to keep the puck in the zone. They would do so at least temporarily. This one will come out to the neutral zone. Bridget Donahue, the captain of the Huskies, will keep it in the neutral zone before it gets dumped in by Loyola Marymount. Chantel Carlson, the senior on senior night, sends it up to Regan Thomas, another senior to senior connection. Thomas up to Paige Garnes. Garnes up and around the goal. Donahue keeps it in. For Garnes there. Regan Thomas trying to get it, unable to do so. Chantel Carlson, as we're under the 1 minute mark remaining in the first period. Regan Thomas looks like she's going to get a breakaway attempt, but Loyola Marymount able to get back and deny her of such opportunity. Hannah Newman will send it in deep as we're just under the 40-second mark left in this first frame. Amber Fairbanks battling along the boards. This puck will go to the other side. City trying to use her speed to get this puck out of her own zone. Unable to do so. Dying moments of this first period. Kalia City for Washington trying to tie it up at 2. City with a defender right behind City on goal. Stopped by Yaz Mohammed. Wow. Again, this is very funny to see a Husky player stopping another Husky player. City down on the ice currently, and we will need some medical assistance, so we will step away. City will skate off. Wow, okay. Kalia City will stay in the game. Looked like Washington was going to need some assistance for her, but she'll come in and take the face-off. Hey, that's toughness. Washington trying to get something here in the final 8 seconds. Skylar O has her attempt blocked. City into the throw. Skylar unable to get that one there, and we will go into the first intermission. Huskies trailing the Lions 2-1. The lone Husky goal so far, scored by Victoria Jeffords, her 4th in the past 2 games. Here on senior night, Dylan, as the band is very loud, so I'll need you to be loud. Just your thoughts so far through the first period.
Yeah, I thought the Huskies did a good job of coming out and taking charge of this game early. I thought LMU did a good job of kind of recognizing what the Huskies wanted to be doing. They wanted to be attacking the slot pretty aggressively. They wanted to get to the middle of the ice. They wanted to get their good shots and opportunities from that area. I thought the Lions did a good job of recognizing that about halfway through the period. They went ahead, went out there, decided to load up that slot with a lot of bodies, take away those passing lanes. That's how they were able to force the turnover that led to the breakaway for their first goal. And it's really stymied a lot of the Washington offense here after that, really outside of just their own kind of breakaway or rush chances. The Huskies haven't been able to get a lot going offensively other than those chances. So be interesting to see what the Huskies do to respond in kind after LMU made that adjustment halfway through the first period. Huskies are going to have the intermission to think about it and figure out what they want to do to come out and attack from there. But so far, fantastic game from both teams. A lot of speed, a lot of chances back and forth, and that's what you want. You want exciting hockey, and this has been exciting hockey.
Hey, Dylan's right. As it's very loud, you can hear the band here. Again, great to have Husky band. So we will head to the first intermission. 2-1 Loyola Marymount here on Washington senior night. The lone Husky goal scored by Victoria Jeffords. Welcome back to the Kraken Community Iceplex. Rink 1 of the Iceplex, that's the Starbucks rink. If you are more familiar with the names of the rinks themselves, University of Washington women's hockey senior night for the Dogs. They trail the Loyola Marymount Lions through one period. Under 20 seconds left in the intermission here with Dylan Travers of Emerald City Hockey as my analyst. Charles Hammaker here from Circling Sales Sports as your play-by-play. I might not be very good at this, but we are trying, folks. We are trying. Loyola Marymount returning from the benches. Dylan, you broke things down from the first period when we went to break. Anything maybe that you get to sit with it a little bit. Anything coming out of your brain just from that first period, either side. Whether it was, it seems like Loyola Marymount's really denying anything in terms of just shots from anywhere that isn't the point. In tight, and Washington really hasn't been able to take advantage of the shots in tight either. The Lions have been able to deny that whenever the passes get into the slot.
Yeah, if I'm the Huskies, I'm telling them just to keep, focus on what you do well in this matchup, and I think that's skating. And so I would just say, hold on to the puck in the offensive zone. Feel free to work the perimeter, skate around, cycle the puck. You're going to be able to find gaps in that Lions defense. You just got to wait for them to open up. You can't try to force anything. I think towards the end of the period there, the Huskies were trying to force things to the inside. Just get some player movement going, get some puck movement, get that cycle going. Those opportunities are going to present themselves to you, but you can't force it. You got to wait for them to show up first. And if I'm talking to the Lions right now, I'm saying just keep waiting for those opportunities on your end to develop. Make sure you're there to capitalize when UW makes a mistake, leaves a gap open, gives you an opportunity for a rush chance. That's where the Lions have been most successful this evening. I think that's where they're going to continue to find success this evening, is just kind of waiting for those opportunities and waiting for those mistakes from UW. But for the most part, it's been a good game, and I just can't wait to see what adjustments each team makes as they come out here for the second period.
Recapping the goals for you, the first goal of the night came from the Lions. The Lions on the attack. It was number 28 for Loyola Marymount, Jesse Gold on a breakaway. The assist from number 2, Jenna Corley. Loyola Marymount strikes first. Washington responds with an unassisted goal by Victoria Jeffords. Jeffords had a hat trick last night for the Huskies. And then the second Lions goal of the night, which answered the Jeffords goal, came by other way of that initial connection. Jenna Corley, number 2, scores the goal for Washington. Jesse Gold with the primary assist, and number 6, Emily Stein with the secondary over there. We're set for the second period. The band is too, which is great. Funny moment there for Washington. Today's Lions goaltender, Yas Muhammad, instinctively went to the Washington goal. Oh, wait, no, okay, I see what we're doing here. Okay, interesting. I even got confused there. Iris Pascula, who had the first intermission as the Husky goaltender, is now in net on the side of Loyola Marymount. Yas Muhammad back in goal for the Huskies. Maybe this changes things, Dylan. Can you imagine the NHL or the PWHL even if you could trade goalies at the second period? Here we go. Amber Fairbanks for Washington trying to move it up the board. She's unable to do so. We're in the neutral zone. Joy Delamerced sends it over to the other side of the rink, nearest to us for Regan Thomas, who will dump it in towards the goal. Thomas sends it on goal for Piscula. Piscula will melt it down. Nice chant here from Washington. Feels like that was led over by the band. Again, nice crowd here. If you've ever been to the Kraken Community Iceplex, the Rink 1, this is the Kraken rink. This is the rink that they primarily practice on. You'll see with the giant S at center when the puck goes through center. There are these benches here. I don't know the number, a couple thousand that can fit in here. We've got, this more filled than not here for this game. on Husky Senior Night. Shot off of the face-off sent in. Pascula melts that one down, and we'll go to the same exact spot for the face-off. Victoria Jeffers in the circle for Washington. Huskies will get that. Donahue will get a shot. CD on goal, shot save. Second attempt, stopped. Puck is still loose and will melt that one down. Wow, that was a couple attempts in quick succession. CD gets a shot. Looked like a pad got on there. CD was trying to poke that in. Victoria Jeffers was on the other side of the goalie, unable to get that one in. And we're going for a third face-off in this spot. Jeffers gets that one back for Avery Connell. Connell sends that in towards the slot. Loyola Marymount will move that along, and we will go through center. Connell following along here. That's Skylar Meister for the nope, that's Hannah Newman. I saw 4. I thought I said 14. This puck sent out to the neutral zone. Loyola Marymount will try to retreat. That's Jessie Gold. Golden assist so far for Gold. She's been. Oh, this one goes through center. Jeffords trying to send that one into the Loyola Marymount zone. Jeffords will again collect it, like I said it, and she heard me. Donahue, the captain of Washington, will try to get it through the neutral zone and is unable to do so. Loyola Marymount will move the other way. Jenna Corley in the corner. Her pass goes to Donahue. Washington will now move it out of their zone. Donahue, Jeffords, and Seedy this line currently. Seedy tried to drop it off for Jeffords. Malia Wood, her shot is blocked. Malia Wood, defender jumping in there, trying to help Washington tie this game up at 2. Yulia Rostas will send it into the Loyola Marymount zone. Another one of the seniors here for Washington. This is Nadia Bellabarba looking for a pass here. She'll handle it a bit, try to get through a couple defenders, and this puck will get sticked and is to center. Malia Wood. She'll go through the neutral zone. Wood sends it in towards the slot. That one's sent away immediately. An immediate denial, but Bellabarba comes up with her shot on goal. Snagged by Piscula. Well, my joke about switching goalies, maybe at least early on, changing favors for Washington, not quite happening. I don't know, anything sort of stick out, like the possession still favors Washington. Is there anything you're seeing here in specific as the puck remains in the Loyola Marymount zone?
I think both teams are playing a little more cautious to start the second period here, trying to feel each other out, see what adjustments were made on each side. But yeah, I mean, UW's been able to rack up the shots on goal here to start the second. You wonder if it's just a matter of time before one goes in or before something goes back the other way like we saw in the first period.
I was worried there for a minute that every time I handed you the microphone, we would see a goal. We stayed there with Joy Delmer having her shot blocked. Lauren Chan trying to block this puck as Loyola Marymount will move it into the Husky zone. Joy Delmer will send this around the boards. Skylar O on the puck here. She'll bring it through the neutral zone. Zips a pass over to Regan Thomas. Thomas will chase this one down. Chance here for Washington, unable to get it. Thomas will go down. That's Paige Garnes who will get this one. Garnes looking, shot on goal. Stopped by Piscula with the right pad there. Battle along the boards here. Thomas trying to save it in. Initially brought back in by Lauren Chan, but dumped into the Husky zone. That's an icing. And we'll come back for another face-off in this near left circle. CD in the face-off circle for the Huskies. This one goes in the way of the Lions, but Washington will recover it. Molly Thompson with the puck here. She'll send it on, but it is blocked. Another block for the Lions. Chantal Carlson keeps it in. CD battling along the far boards. CD will drive to the net here. Pass it for her captain, Bridget Donahue, but unable to connect. This one will go back for Chantal Carlson. Carlson makes a move. We'll get this over to Donahue. Donahue up for Seedy. CD will use her speed here. She's got Amber Fairbanks on the side. CD shoots, and that one's blocked up and over into the corner. Fairbanks tries to drop it off for Molly Thompson. This one goes back. It was almost safe, but will go back into the Husky zone. Connell trying to deny Jenna Corley. Connell will successfully do so. Corley's looking for a call. I'm not sure what Corley was looking for there. Dylan also doesn't know, so we will continue. Fairbanks through center. She's got options. Fairbanks sends it over to Thompson. Fairbanks and CD will go off for a change. Connell will keep it in. Connell tries to send it on, but her shot is blocked, and this one will go back into the Husky zone. Washington will get a change here. Jeffords will bring it on. She will be joined by Sophia Russell-Hoff, Nadia Bellabarba, the D, Yulia Rosas, and Avery Connell. Connell remains on. Sophia Russell-Hoff. She'll send out this one high. Oh, almost had Nadia Bellabarba on the back door, unable to get that one. Tough coming through the air. Sophia Russell-Hoff again with the puck. She'll send it towards the goal, but Loyola Marymount will skate this one out. Huskies sending this up to Bellabarba. Bellabarba will bring it in, waiting for some help. She'll send it into the Alliance zone. Sophia Russell-Hoff now. Unable to hold on to it. Emily Stein for Loyola Marymount. Now picked up by Jessie Gold. Gold will send it to the other side of the ice, and Malia Wood will pick this one up. Wood, who did score last night, over for Victoria Jeffords. Jeffords tries to battle for this along the boards, and she'll eventually win it. Jeffords looking for some help. Passes it into Wood. Unable to get that pass into Wood, who is charging down towards the net. She still has possession of the puck, though. Jeffords lifts it up, trying to get to Malia Wood, unable to do so. This is Paige Garnes. Garnes has her shot blocked. Ton of blocks here. I wish I was able to track these stats because I feel like the Lions would have a good amount of blocks. Jessie Gold brings it into the Washington zone. Met by Garnes. In the corner here, this is Malia Wood. She'll send it into the neutral zone for Steinhardt. Steinhardt, she's all alone. She's going to try to get a shot here. Looks like she'll shoot. Just up and over the goal. Second effort on the side of the net. And Washington remains down 2-1 here. 13 minutes left in the second period on senior night for Washington, looking for an equalizer. Clea Seedy will deny this potential breakaway attempt for Loyola Marymount. This puck remains up for grabs, and Seedy will happily take that at first before Malia Woods ends up with it. Wood. Seedy will keep it in. She'll send it right towards goal, sticked away by Iris Piscula in net for Loyola Marymount. Seedy will remain on this one. Pretty relentless. I feel like there are a few players for Washington that have been very relentless so far, and that's Seedy and Victoria Jeffords. This puck will come out to the neutral zone, so we'll have to see things change. Lauren Chan over, ends up with Seedy, and she will dump it in. Molly Thompson, will change that one. Jessie Gould will bring it out for the Lions. Looking for number 11, Skylar Meister. Nope, that's Lauren Martino. I apologize. Nadia Bellabarba for the Huskies. Battling with it with Lauren Martino. This puck will remain in. Loyola Marymount sends it towards goal for Yaz Muhammad. Initial shot, and she'll score. Lauren Martino remains with the puck. Yaz Muhammad had the rebound, comes right back out. Martino takes advantage. It's 3-1 for Loyola Marymount. 11:55 left in the second period. Dylan, it doesn't seem like the Lions are getting a ton of zone time, but when they do, they've been able to take advantage. Or at least, when they get a rush, they're taking advantage.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of capitalizing on any mistakes that UW leaves out there and available. Look at that sequence right there. A little bit of a tough change for the Huskies. Left a lot of ice open for them, and LMU able to capitalize on that. Able to go in, get the shot from the point, get it on there, and then be able to have the bodies down low to be able to collect the rebound and put it home. It's just exactly what I talked about coming into this one. When you've got the shorter bench, when you've traveled in the last couple of days, and you come into this one and you're playing as a little bit of the underdog, you can't always make the chances. You got to be there and be ready for when the chances present themselves. And I just think that's been the name of the game for the Lions so far in this one.
No, it's a good point for Loyola Marymount. Again, after last night, I wasn't sure how they'd be able to respond, as you mentioned, with a shorter bench than the Huskies have, and they've been able to come out here and they're on the forefront. They've got a 2-goal lead over the Huskies currently, as we've got a bit of a collision here. Washington now, as we've got the score bug all fixed up, 3-1 for the Lions over the Huskies in their own zone. Victoria Jeffords to this puck first. Jeffords looking to make a play here for CD. CD shot on goal, stopped initially. The rebound is free. Jeffords is unable to tap it home. Back door. Dangerous possession there. Jeffords looking for an option here. Jeffords looking around, skating through the slot. Sends it over to Donahue. Donahue looking for it, unable to get a shot on goal. Yulia Rosas will keep it over to Jeffords. Jeffords, her attempt is saved. Rebound spits out to Skula here. Connell on goal. That one bounces. Whew. Huskies with a little bit of momentum here, trying to take advantage of it. That shot in, unable to go. Donahue. Jeffords looking for an option for Donahue. That pass just goes wide, but Yulia Rosas will jump on that initially. The Lions able to get that out, and we'll have to reset if you're Washington. Avery Connell, the D, skates it in. She sends it on. That one is stopped and melted down by Iris Pascula. Couple bounces there for Washington. They're not able to get the puck go in the direction they'd like it to, but you've got a little bit of a good thing going here. They'll get a change. We've got Skylar O, Nadia Bellabarba, Sophia Russell-Hoff as the forwards, Malia Wood, and Joy Della Merced as the defenders. Jessie Gold behind the net for Loyola Marymount. She'll try to get this out of her zone. Mystic handle will create a temporary delay of that as Washington tries to ensure that it stays, but they're not able to do so. Joy Della Merced for Washington tries to get it away from Jenna Corley of the Lions. This puck staying along the near boards to us. Sent in deep by Corley. Joy Della Merced will chase after that one, looking to get it out of her zone. She'll try to find Sophia Russell-Hoff, unable to do so. So Samantha Pahia sends it over to Gold. Gold gets it into Corley. Defended by Bellabarba. Gold with the shot. Blocked out in front by Joy Della Merced. Another puck sent over to Corley near the goal. Can't find her. And now Washington will skate this out. It's Bellabarba. Bellabarba shoots right blocker, right pad save. I apologize. By Piscula. Sophia Russell-Hoff looking here. Skylar O will pick it up. Oh, have her puck denied. Malia Wood trying to deny Loyola Marymount, and she'll end up going down, but getting up to recover. And now Washington with it. Paige Garnes. Garnes shoots. Saved. Second effort here. Reagan Thomas unable to connect it on that one immediately. And now this one is Hannah Newman for Loyola Marymount. Newman unable to get the shot off, and Washington will get this out of their zone. Lauren Chan sends it up. Molly dumps it in. Samantha Pahia sends that along the boards. Reagan Thomas will keep it alive. We'll try to send it in for a pass, unable to do so. Lauren Chan keeps it alive. Molly Thompson fans on the shot. Pahia. Thompson. She'll keep it in back to Pahia. Reagan Thomas tries to contest that one. Amber Fairbanks behind the goal. Fairbanks battling. Reagan Thomas will collect, looking for Paige Garnes, but no shot towards the goal. Molly Thompson will try to send it into the slot, a congested slot. Lauren Chan now, the last line of the fence. This looks like it could be a potential breakaway for Jessie Gold of the Lions. She'll pass it over to Emily Stein, but the pass is behind her, and Washington evades the danger on that. Amber Fairbanks will go for a change. Kalia Cedes out there as Washington almost gets caught in change, but Loyola Marymount not able to move this one down the ice. No call there, despite the noise made on the ice. This one dumped into the Husky zone. Chantal Carlson Bridget Donahue looking for Kalia Seedy in the slot. Seedy will chase after it. Donahue will follow up on it and ensure that there's no quick clear of that puck. Seedy tripped up a little bit. And this one will be dumped over into the Washington zone. Carlson send along the boards for Seedy. Seedy with speed. Donahue with her. Shoots. Nope, that one is not called a goal. They'll say that one went off the post. That is not a goal. The band is cheering, but that is not a goal. That one is not a goal. We'll have a face-off here. The near circle to our left. Bella Barbo in the face-off circle for Washington. She'll chase this one. Yulia Rosas. Over for Malia Wood. Victoria Jeffords here. Looking for Bella Barba. Nearly had her to the left, to the side of the goalie. Unable to connect there. This puck will stay in the zone. Washington will be happy that puck died in the zone here, but it looks like they're not going to be able to take advantage of that, and things will reset. Loyola Marymount are going to go on the power play here. I have to get my little power play button here. The first special teams time of the game. Malia Wood will go to the box. And it's the first penalty kill of the night for the Huskies.
Yeah, this PK comes at a tough time for the Huskies. Obviously, big momentum swing. Everybody in the building thought they scored on that one, except for the ref. The ref's what matters. Huskies, tons of chances in the offensive zone. It kept feeling like a matter of when, not if, for them to get one. But now this represents a really good opportunity for the Lions to steal away all that momentum that UW's done such a good job of building up throughout this game. This is a big PK opportunity for the Huskies. They can steal back some of that momentum, even see if you can try to get something going shorthanded. But first and foremost, you just got to make sure you don't go down by 3.
Washington looking to potentially get a short-handed chance. They're unable to do so. Loyola Marymount remains offside. They will fix that. Lauren Chan now. Lions shot on goal, saved by Yaz Mohammed, swallowed up the shot from number 11, Lauren Martino. Yeah, I mean, it's felt like the majority of this game, if you're doing the eye test thing, has been in Washington's favor. But as you mentioned earlier, the Lions have done a great job of capitalizing on any sort of daylight that they're able to get against the Huskies. They've got a minute 32 left of power play time. If you're Loyola Marymount, it's a big kill for Washington, who went 3 for 4 on the kill last night. Kalia Seedy, shorthanded, will get this one out. She will look for her captain, Bridget Donahue. Donahue playing on her senior night. Seedy with the green tape. Will try and skate this one. She's got a second attempt, unable to do so after that pad save. Molly Thompson will send it in. That one is sticked away by Iris Piscula. Chantal Carl will send it. Looks like that hit her own teammate. Seedy. Washington, some important time to kill this one off, but this puck will bounce into their own zone, and they'll have to retreat. Carlson trying to clear this one out, unable to do so. This puck sticked by Bridget Donahue, and if Washington hurries, they can kill some more time here in the LMU zone. Donahue on her own, as a couple changes here. Donahue will keep it along the boards for Connell. Connell shoots it. Pad save. Donahue. She scores! Short-handed goal for Bridget Donahue. The Huskies bring it within 29 seconds left on the power play for Loyola Marymount. 2-3. Huskies bring it within 1. Short-handed goal from the senior Bridget Donahue, the captain on senior night. Dylan, we've got a little bit of PK time left still, but what did you see on that one?
Well, normally when you talk about a team going on the disadvantage there, you don't talk about them having more time and space from having that extra player not out there on the ice. But I think that's actually what happened there. LMU on the power play wanted to keep several of their players ready in the neutral zone to be able to gain the offensive zone and go to work on their power play. Didn't have enough players back. UW shorthanded, able to have the time and space to move the puck around and create the chance that they wanted, the look that they wanted, and then able to capitalize once they had it. It was a fantastic job from the two penalty killers in the offensive zone there. Not just killing time, but taking advantage of that, lackadaisical LMU defense, we'll call it.
Yeah, I mean, you could certainly say that. Speaking of defense, Avery Connell, the defender, will bring it in here. Offside. Her and Victoria Jeffords were trying to come in. Washington penalty kill successful. Washington now 1 for 1 on the kill. We've got a discussion from the referee with our PA announcer, Andrew. Unsure what that was about. Washington now in the Loyola Marymount zone. Lions trying to clear. They will do so. This puck will come out. Joy Della Merced will chase this one down. And this dies right before it can go for an icing. Oh, goodness. Funny how the puck has died a couple times here in the second period. Washington will try to get this one out of their zone. And we've got another penalty coming up, it looks like. Yep, the Husky penalty kill will come out for the second time in short order. Joy Della Merced, a bit excited to get into the penalty kill with some of her friends behind the penalty box here. Washington will have to deal with another Loyola Marymount power play. They were obviously able to convert for a shorthanded goal the first time. They will try to do so again here as Paige Garnes will get this one out. Garnes will send it towards the net, sticked away by Iris Piscula. More time in the Loyola Marymount zone while shorthanded for Washington. This puck will go behind the net. Paige Garnes will go and that's Emily Steinhardt. I apologize. Steinhardt. That's Paige Garnes. Garnes' puck will go towards the net, but will be brought out initially by Loyola Marymount. Molly Thompson will jump on it. One of the defenders for Washington. Thompson. Steinhardt tried to keep it in, but the Lions will get this one out, and they will try to have some semblance of a normal power play. That won't happen. Emily Steinhardt brings it into the zone. Steinhardt, she'll shoot. She scores! 2 shorthanded goals in short order for Washington. We are tied with 2:08 left in the second period. Emily Steinhardt, that's 2 goals from 2 seniors. 2 goals from 2 seniors here in the second period for the Huskies. Dylan, this penalty kill. I mean, it's funny that I'm talking to Dylan. Dylan and I do a Seattle Torrent podcast. If there was a jailbreak, the Huskies would have 2 so far. My goodness, I did not expect this, but here we are. Huskies with another shorthanded goal. It's Victoria Jeffords. 3 shorthanded goals. Yes, 3 shorthanded goals here in the second period. Washington leads on senior night. There's still a minute left on the penalty kill. Washington, senior night always tend to have a little bit of magic, and we're seeing that tonight. We're trying to update the score bug, and Washington has won the faceoff, so they'll kill a little bit more time here. My goodness, I did not expect anything like this. Maybe it's because Dylan's here. I hope you are enjoying this because it is certainly very entertaining. Washington will have this one sent into the Lions zone. We are all up to date now. 35 seconds left on the penalty kill for Washington. They might enjoy that. Jeffords tries against Ceedee. That one just sneaks by Ceedee. Oh, and she has her effort just go wide. Very hectic. Washington seems to play better with the player down. I don't know if that's very cognizant to success long term, but here we are. Ceedee with a backhanded chance has that saved by Piscula. Jeffords with it now. The pass from Malia Wood. Ceedee. She'll pass it in. She'll find Jeffords. Can't find it clean. Shot on goal. Stopped initially. Malia Wood was driving to the net. Unable to get a shot. Yulia Rostes passes it over for Wood. Rostes will keep it alive. The penalty is done. We are back to even strength. We'll get the goal call here from our PA announcer, Andrew. All right, we're back. Paige Garnes is in the circle. Dylan, we'll switch places here. I'll give you the mic.
Yeah, so how about that penalty kill for the University of Washington Huskies? I mean, look, next time you ask me what they need to do, I'm just going to say take a penalty, because that's clearly the secret sauce for this UW program right now. 3 straight shorthanded goals for them. Look, they were doing a great job at 5-on-5, building momentum, creating the chances, getting all the zone time in the world. Like I said, I feel like even though they were down a player, that special teams just spreading out the LMU defense a little bit because they want to play up. They want to try to be aggressive. They are on the power play after all. I feel like it just gave the Huskies that little bit of space they've been looking for all night for them to be able to use their skating, get to the inside, work that puck to the inside, be there to outnumber for rebound chances. They're able to get the 3 goals, tie up the game, and then take the lead for the first time this evening. Great job from the penalty kill unit for the Huskies. Can't wait to see what they do moving forward here, as we got 1 period left to play. UW up 4-3 over the Loyola Marymount line.
My goodness. Yeah, as I was mentioning after that 4th goal for Washington there always seems to be some magic on senior night. And if 3 shorthanded goals in the second period is not magic, I'm not a wizard, that's for damn sure. My goodness. So Washington goes into the second period down by a goal. They had 2 penalty kills in the latter half of the second period, and they end up scoring 3 shorthanded goals to lead by a goal going into the second intermission. Victoria Jeffords with 2 goals. Bridget Donahue has a goal. And Emily Steinhardt on senior night. So 2 seniors have scored for Washington. Steinhardt and Donahue, the captain for Washington, with goals. You still got a period to play. So, my goodness. Wow. Yeah. Well, I'll share a story with you, Dylan. Dylan and I, again, as I mentioned previously, have our Seattle Torrent podcast. We work together. The Downpour on the Emerald City Hockey YouTube channel, and where you can find your podcast. We were talking to Torrent head coach Steve O'Rourke, and he mentioned about 2 weeks ago or so that they were still sort of installing things. And last year, after one of the streams, I talked to head coach Mel Harrow here for Washington. She mentioned at a point in their season, they hadn't taken penalty kill practice. So it's kind of funny when you're covering a program that's building up, right, to kind of see the progression of things. I didn't think I'd ever see 3 shorthanded goals in a game, period. NHL, BWHL, CHL, let alone ACHA hockey. Washington, I'm still pretty dumbfounded. Huskies lead 4-3 at the second intermission. We're going to go to a break here. It's already pretty loud anyway with the band, so we're going to head to break. Huskies 4, Lions 3 on senior night. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Kraken Community Iceplex. Rink 1, the Starbucks rink. It is Washington Husky Women's Hockey Senior Night. Washington behind 3 shorthanded goals in that second period, leads by a score of 4-3 going into the final frame. The Husky band is here. It's a great crowd here at the Iceplex. The Huskies, in their final home game of the 25-26 season, looking to leave it all on the ice for their 7 seniors that they're honoring tonight. Yulia Rostas, Molly Thompson, Emily Steinhardt, Paige Garnes, Regan Thomas, Chantal Carlson, and team captain Bridget Donahue. Donahue and Garnes, nope, Donahue and Steinhardt, third time's the try, Dylan, scoring shorthanded goals in that second period. Victoria Jeffords with the 4th goal of the night, a 3rd shorthanded for Washington, and the 4th Husky score of the game. Dylan from Emerald City Hockey here to do analysis and is also very clutch as our camera operator tonight. Dylan came out last night, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. He is an LMU alum. 2 wild periods of hockey. What are you thinking so far as we head into the third and the final segment of 20 minutes?
I think UW probably built up a lot of positive momentum there with the 3 shorthanded goals in that second period off of just the 2 power play opportunities for LMU. Look, I think the big thing is if you're LMU, if you're the Lions, this game is still doable. You're still close. It's only 1 goal. Just got to figure out a way of trying to build some positive momentum for you. Go back to the basics. Go back to what you were doing that was successful, which is bending, not breaking on defense, and then taking advantage of those mistakes that the Huskies would make from time to time and being able to try to get up the ice and capitalize on those. On the Washington side of things, you're UW. Keep doing what you've been doing. You haven't been too lucky outside of those shorthanded opportunities, but you've been generating chances all night long. Just continue to use your skating, continue to wait for those gaps in the defense for the Lions to open up, make those passes to the inside, and then just see if you can somehow beat one of your goaltenders to get one. You've only been able to get the 1 even strength goal tonight, but thankfully you've got yourself a lot of runway off those 3 shorthanded ones, and now you get to play with the lead on top of it with only 1 period left. So I think both teams are in good spots here. I'm hoping that we see a really nice final 3rd period of hockey.
Amen to that. Yep. So if you've been following along throughout the rest of the early part of the afternoon with us, currently going in goal in the white setup is Iris Piscula. She is a forward and a goaltender for Washington. She's back in net for the Huskies. And Yaz Muhammad, this typical Washington starting goaltender, is back in net for Loyola Marymount. She did so in the first period. They switched in the second period. And now they've switched once again. Waiting for one more Lions skater to get on. One piece of information, and Dylan, you'll want to know this. We are running time here in the 3rd period because Loyola Marymount has a flight to catch. So we're going to be going quick and efficient here in the 3rd period as we're back underway at KCI. This one into the Washington zone. Chantal Carlson will take it in her zone and look to clear it out. Loses it temporarily, but will remain calm despite the Lions skater coming to her. And this one will eventually slip out to the neutral zone for Paige Garnes. Garnes will stick with it, stay with it, and have it go off the stick of her captain, Bridget Donahue, go temporarily into the Lions zone. That puck will be sent towards Yaz Muhammad and sticked into the corner, to the far corner to our right. Lions trying to get it out into the neutral zone. They will. And they'll come in with speed. Emily Stein here for the Lions. Nope, I'm going to apologize. Lauren Martino, number 11 for Loyola Marymount, came in with speed, with Washington looking to clear this danger. Number 2, Jenna Corley, sends it out for number 14, Skylar Meister. This puck will be deflected out off the stick of Meister and into the Lions zone. Change for Washington here as Washington gets the Jeffords CD Fairbanks line onto the ice. We're playing the who can keep the puck in the neutral zone most games so far to begin this third period. Clea Seedy is looking to deny that. Seedy in for Victoria Jeffords just past the slot. Jeffords holds on to it, isn't able to make a quick snapshot off of that pass. Jeffords to Seedy. To Jeffords. Looking for a pass. Unable to connect there. It's Molly Thompson at the point. She'll send the puck in. Glove saved by Yaz Mohammed in goal. Some pretty, some flash and shine, but no substance there for Washington as they're looking to add to their lead. As a reminder, if you'll see the clock in the background, we have a running clock here in this third period because the Loyola Marymount Lions have a flight to catch. Malia Wood sends this puck in. It gets towards Mohammed, but Washington keeps it alive. Malia Wood sends it down for Seedy along the boards. Seedy unable to control it. Wood will jump back in, but Loyola Marymount's Jenna Corley will get this out to center. Lauren Chan will send it up looking for Wood. We've got a stick battle for it, but Wood will end out temporarily on top before it goes out for Amber Fairbanks on the boards right below us. Victoria Jeffords will skate in. She's got Kalia Seedy to her right. She will look for Seedy. Seedy up and over the goal. Got a couple of those up and over. Nice little rainbow shots for the Huskies, trying to go nice and high. Malia Wood will send it towards goal. Jeffords with it now in tight. She'll send it over for Kalia Seedy. That puck skips over her stick and will come out to Avery Connell on the Washington blue line. Connell, as Washington changes, will send this one in. Jeffords remains on the ice. Nadia Villabarba in now. Carlson will meet it around the red line. We'll bring it into the zone. Carlson trying to maneuver. We've got a Loyola Marymount player without their stick. We're going to play soccer a little bit here. That is Samantha Pahia. She'll pick it up as Jessie Gold for the Lions goes the other way. Villabarba checks her temporarily. Pass into the slot. No true connection there as Sophia Russell-Hoff for Washington will take this out. Nadia Villabarba will slow it down a bit and send it into the zone as she for a change. Sophia Russell-Hoff will meet it on the boards to our right. Russell-Hoff battling behind Steinhardt there as well. Julia Rostas and Lauren Martino battle for the block along the boards. This one will come out to center, and Molly Thompson will greet it and bring it into the Lions zone. Thompson looking for a shot, not clean, and it goes off the back boards. Thompson will remain on it. We've got a D up, so Paige Garnes will be back there. She also plays defender, so some versatility will help Washington out there in case anything happens. Thompson's going to go for it. This puck in front, stopped by Yaz Mohammed and frozen down. Some funny bounces in this one. Some funny, the puck has died a little bit. Well, as Dylan mentioned, coming into this third period, Washington hasn't been able to necessarily take advantage of these lucky bounces, but they're getting these opportunities. Continue to get the opportunities, to get the chances. Hopefully, eventually, well, hopefully for me, I don't know about hopefully for Dylan, they will get rewarded for that. Behind the support of the Husky band, this faceoff will go in support of Washington. Joy Della Merced sends it off the backboards. Bridget Donahue will send it along, looking for Skylar O. Unable to connect there. Malia Wood is unable to keep that one in the zone, and that will head back into the neutral zone. Donahue, the captain of the Huskies, tries to collect this one, but it's sent into the Washington zone. Joy Della Merced will collect it behind her own goal. She'll send it along for Skylar O. O will bring it up the boards. Here comes Skylar O. She'll send it into the zone. Bridget Donahue will collect for Seedy. Seedy looking for a pass here. She'll find Malia Wood. Wood bringing along the boards for goal. Wood, backhand, stopped by Mohammed and frozen. Looking for the backhand. The rebound was there for a millisecond or two. And another, again, it is very funny to try and wrap your head around your teammate saving shots. Again, senior night is always very interesting, Dylan, as I've mentioned. The 3 shorthanded goals are evidence of that, as we've got another face-off along the near circle to our right. Seedy in the circle for Washington. Washington will at least temporarily come up. Victoria Jeffords looking for Seedy. Seedy sends it along behind the goal for Jeffords, who stops on a dime, tries to get it in towards Muhammad in goal. And this one will be brought out by Loyola Marymount. Lauren Martino will send it into the Husky zone. Lauren Chan for Washington will be met by Hannah Newman of the Lions before this one gets sent over to Hessa Al-Ruda. Lions are going to send this one in. It's going to be Lauren Chan and Hannah Newman to battle for this one. Dangerous space of the ice here. Piscula will make the first save. Reagan Thomas will look to clear this one for Washington. Unsuccessful, at least initially. Martino along the near boards, looking for a patch. Into the slot, unable to connect. It's Jeffords and Seedy trying to get it out. Seedy and Jeffords can have a 2-on-1 here if they go quick. Seedy, stick handles. Deterred at first. Seedy still got it as Washington joins her in the zone. Chantel Carlson almost was there to collect it, but it is Seedy again. Seedy shoots right into the glove of Yas Muhammad, almost like they were playing catch. I mean, Dylan, if you're Washington, this is what you want to be doing, right? You're getting chances, you're evading any danger on your side of the ice, and you're putting pressure on the goaltender.
Yeah, it's obviously a different situation than you've played most of this game in, as you finally have the lead. So being able to have this offensive zone time, get these chances, you don't have to worry about playing with so much urgency. You don't have to worry about not getting all these rebound chances, being able to put one actually in the net. As long as you're playing in the Lions zone right now, you take it as you're just trying to get through the last 11:40 of this one.
Well, as you mentioned, taking it, as this clock continues to run, we've got a board battle here where Washington's outnumbering the Lions, but Loyola Marymount will be the one to bring it out and try to go north, but it's Nadia Bellabarba with speed who takes away. She shoots through traffic, that puck just to her right. Bellabarba trying to print into the zone. Chantel Carlson sends it, but it's blocked. Steinhardt. Emily Steinhardt, who has a shorthanded goal. Nadia Bellabarba. Bellabarba looking for an option here. She will shoot. That one's blocked. Again, the block number's got to be at least in double digits. Small collision here. Kept in by Amber Fairbanks. Fairbanks has her puck go into the corner, and it's Bellabarba once again. Bellabarba for Yulia Rostas. Her puck is deflected off of the skate, and this will come back into the neutral zone. Washington will look to ensure that nothing goes against them here. Fairbanks sends it into the neutral zone. Comes back to her. How convenient. Again, we're using the boomerang reference here. Fairbanks will get some help here after a change for Washington. Paige Garnes now. Battle along the boards right in front of the Husky band. Skylar O is down there as well. She'll help Garnes get this out of that battle. Sophia Russell-Hoff now, as this goes to Jessie Gould of the Lions. Gould going to get it out of her own zone to Lauren Martino. Martino will have the puck stolen by Sophia Russell-Hoff. Russell-Hoff will try to get it over to Paige Garnes, but no connection is made. Jessie Gould will send it. Shoot it. Pad save, the right pad of Iris Piscula. Gould will just send it into the Husky zone. Joy Della Merced will meet it kindly.
So many Lions.
Oh. Oh. All right. So we'll go to the first Husky power play of the night. Tessa Al-Rashad for the Nittany Lions will serve the penalty. I did not think we'd see a too many Lions penalty, but here we are. Washington now looking to not be a victim of the shorthanded goal that they took advantage of in the second period. Kalia Sidi will bring it in now, trying to get a shot off, unable to do so. Power play includes Joy Della Merced, Molly Thompson, Victoria Jeffords, Kalia Sidi, and Bridget Donahue. Sidi, just up and over, right in the slot. Sidi will shoot again and have her rebound chance. This puck is loose. Jeffords hits it. Ooh, okay. Try to remember everything that happened there. Kalia Sidi and Victoria Jeffords with a couple different efforts on goal. Rebounds were there for the taking. Yaz Muhammad is able to lock it down after one of the last attempts. Just over 7 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the third period. Under a minute left in this power play for Washington. Jeffords on the puck now. She'll assess her options. Jeffords over to Joy Delamerced. Delamerced shot is blocked. Bridget Donahue had her puck on the goal line. Kalia Sidi collects it out to Jeffords. Jeffords. Molly Thompson blocks that clear attempt. Sends it over to Donahue. Donahue. And that one will be cleared. And it will kill a good amount of time. We will just about be near the end of this power play. 13 seconds currently left as Washington will look to get one more push in these final seconds. Jeffords looking at her options to Sidi. Power play ends. This puck goes up and over. And Washington unable to do anything on the player advantage there. Kalia Sidi looking for an option here. She'll send it towards goal, trying to get Victoria Jeffords to bat it out of the air. Unable to connect on that one. Molly Thompson now will send it up towards Sidi. It'll be Jeffords trying to get it towards the goal. No, it was Donahue. It was Malia Wood. I apologize. Sidi sends it on goal, but pad save from Yaz Muhammad. Joy Delamerced will battle along the far boards. That's Lauren Martino now, who will try to get it out of her zone. Unsuccessful at the moment. Victoria Jeffords, great battle there to keep that in the zone. Sidi looking for a shot. She will shoot it up and over. Looking for the high shot. Unable to get it. And now this puck will come out to the Washington zone, and we will see a change. Piscula will stick it over for Avery Connell. Change. Malia Wood remains in the ice. Bella Barba, Steinhardt, and Sophia Russell-Hoff. Connell looking, shoots. Saved by Muhammad. Sticked away by Muhammad. Carlson slap shot, blocked out in front. Chaos in the front of the net. Emily Steinhardt now. Already has a goal tonight. And for the second one. Carlson sends the puck on net after Malia Wood had gotten that puck out to her and gotten a little bit of a collision. This puck out for Steinhardt. Steinhardt shoots. Saved by Muhammad. Steinhardt looking for her second of the night. We're at the 5-minute mark as I drag it out. So I'm actually on the 5-minute mark. Left in this third period. It's tight. It's very tight. We're going to face off to the far side of our right here. Paige Garns chases out for the face-off. Amber Fairbanks shoots. She scores! Amber Fairbanks makes it a 2-goal lead for the Huskies. 4:39 left in the third period. It's quite loud in here. Dylan, I don't know if that counts as a lucky bounce, but they've just been putting stuff on the net, and they get something to go.
Yeah, about time, right? I mean, all night long, the Huskies have been pushing for those kinds of chances. They've been stonewalled by both goaltenders tonight at various times. And finally, UW, with about 4.5 minutes left to go in this one, finally able to get one of those goals. Great job sticking with it all night long, trying to find one of those, get one to go in. That's why you keep shooting. That's why you try to keep up those offensive chances. Keep going in the offensive zone. Try to get as many of those as you can, because at some point they will go in for you. Just important to stay relentless and try to stay on top of it. And that's what this UW Huskies program has done all night long. Got them back in this game, and now they have a 2-goal lead with just a couple minutes left to go.
All right. As I have fumbled trying to get the scorebug to correct, and Dylan has saved me. Washington is looking to hold off a late push here by Loyola Marymount. The Lions have been game all night, and it still remains tight. 2 goals, as you know, Dylan, 2 goals can go away in a flash, as we saw in the second period. Jesse Gold over for the Lions to Jenna Corley. This puck now in the crease. Kalia Seedy goes down. Hoping Seedy is all right. Looks like she is. It'll be a face-off.
Yeah, LMU starting to show a little bit of desperation here. Probably needed this a little bit earlier in the period, if we're honest, but they've got it now. They're going to get an offensive zone draw here. See what the Lions can do with this one. Looks like they're going to be pulling the goaltender, try to get the extra skater out there. Going to have about 2 minutes on the clock by the time this gets dropped. No, goaltender going back into the crease. All right, we're going to stay 5-on-5 maybe? No, confusion from the LMU Lions about whether or not they're going to be going with the extra skater. There we go. Now I guess just a change. Here's the problem. We got the running clock. Lions got to get back to the airport. They got to catch a flight back down to Southern California. I mean, are they just going to call it? Are you just going to let this go? There's still a minute and a half on the clock, and we're not getting anything. LMU's asking for the clock to stop. So far, all right, clock has paused at 1:35. But interesting scenario there, Charles. Not quite sure what the Lions were trying to figure out. They were trying to decide if they were pulling the goaltender. Couldn't quite figure that one out. Meantime, precious seconds coming off the clock as now we get a Husky in the penalty box. It's going to be a power play for LMU. CD takes a seat in the penalty box. I did wonder when there was that situation, the puck was under her in the offensive zone, if potentially she covered it up. Obviously, that is a penalty if you're a skater, can't do that. Sounds like maybe she did. So power play opportunity for the Lions. They put some more time back on the clock, about 2 minutes now in this one. But, of course, the penalty kill for the Huskies has been dangerous all night long. I don't know what the Lions are going to do to try to stop that, as well as just try to put on the push.
Yeah, that was interesting. We have the running clock, as we mentioned earlier, and as Dylan mentioned, because Loyola Marymount has to catch their flight. We've got Kalia Seedy in the box now. Washington's going to try to clear this. Bridget Donahue looking to clear it. Kept in by Lauren Martino. Shot blocked in the slot. Donahue will get to this one as we're about 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Iris Pascula will melt that one down. It looks like Yas Muhammad was looking over to the bench to see if the sixth skater would get on the ice. That's not the case. So we're back to the running clock. We're under a minute left on the power play, just over a minute left in this game. Huskies up by 2 over the Lions on senior night. Thanks, Andrew. Jeffords has this behind the goal. She'll try to get this out. She'll skate this out. Jeffords over to Regan Thomas. The senior on senior night will try to kill some time here. Jeffords tries to delay this. Loyola Marymount in desperation mode as the Huskies are just trying to get any sort of clear. Avery Connell over to Jeffords. 20 seconds remaining here. The power play is done for the Lions. 15 seconds left in the game. Julia Rosas will send it over. This will go to Avery Connell. Iris Piscula will stick this one down. 5 seconds left. That'll do it. The Huskies will win on their senior night. 5-3. Washington will surround goaltender Iris Piscula. Loyola Marymount surrounds goaltender Yaz Muhammad. Got to be kind of interesting to be on the other side of the handshake line, Dylan. As Washington will walk away victorious on senior night, the two goalies that are on the same team will celebrate. Washington with the 3-goal second period to really push them away, give them some distance from Loyola Marymount. 3 shorties. Emily Steinhardt, Victoria Jeffords. Bridget Donahue with the shorties. And now the Huskies will be saluted by the Husky band. Well, Dylan, to close this out here, I think it was a night of hockey. I think that's all you could have asked for. You know, Loyola Marymount came in, and I mean, they came out on the front foot. They were not going to have what happened in last night's game be a repeat tonight. What did you think about? Because I mean, these are what, your first 2 UW women's hockey games. What do you think about just everything you saw tonight?
Yeah, I thought this was a fantastic hockey game between these 2 young programs. I think everything that the Huskies have done to grow this program has been absolutely phenomenal. I think that shows with the product on the ice. That is great product. Loved watching this team. Congrats to the seniors here on senior night. I love everything that they've done and the recognition that they're getting for the work that they've put in to build up this program up here in Washington. I think you have to, of course, start the story of the evening with that. But it was a great hockey game back and forth, right? I mean, you get to see the excitement of not just things at 5-on-5 and, you know, obviously you'd up getting their chances, trying to score, not being able to, but then the penalty kill situations, the shorthanded goals. No 2 hockey games are the same. This one definitely had its own unique flavor to it. Glad that I was able to be here and watch my alma mater. Love that they've got their program now down there, the women's program for Loyola Marymount University. It's awesome to see that. They're still young. They're going to get, hopefully to where Washington is here in just a couple more years. Still only their first year doing this. So love to see that from my California beach school. We've got women's ice hockey going down there. But yeah, no, just a fantastic evening. Love the crowd both nights. And then obviously tonight was senior night, having the band in here. I mean, it's the kind of electric atmosphere that only college sports can provide. And hey, if you're looking to catch some ice hockey, you don't want to pay the prices to get into CPA, this is just as good. You can come down here to Kraken Community Iceplex and cheer on the Huskies. And I promise I won't be wearing an LMU sweater every game, just for these special ones.
Well, it's funny you say that. So this is the last Husky home game of the season. They will go on the road for their 2 remaining back-to-backs, 13th and 14th against the University of Utah. And then the 27th and 28th, it'll be a rematch against Loyola Marymount, February 27th and 28th down in Los Angeles, California. So that'll do it here at the Kraken Community Iceplex, Rink 1, Washington. Women's hockey victorious on senior night, 5-3 final score for Dylan Travers of Emerald City Hockey. I am Charles Hammaker of Circling Seattle Sports. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good rest of your night.